Okay guys, thanks for looking at this little video. This is going to be demonstrating the simple insert kit and how you can take a shape that you've created and make a perfect fitting copy, both female and male, so they will snap together and have a nice clean basis for other fabrication. I have a shape that I made here with some of the pictures on the side already. This was made with the Evol kit from my friends at Sonus. A little shout out for the Sonus guys, Ray West, Michael Williams. They make the tooling that I use as far as router templates. These guys make some good stuff, so check them out. First step of doing the insert is you have a base shape that you've already created, and you want to basically make a female version that this will snap into. So we're going to show you how to do that. That's where this kit comes in. This is the SIK kit. It also has a 1/4 inch flush trim, which is already mounted in the table. I'm going to do a couple of steps here, and then we'll carry on. The next step would be to take some of my template tape and attach to the shape you're going to duplicate. This is a double stick tape that will allow you to attach it to another piece of material and hold them together. I'm going to change the camera angle, and we're going to duplicate this piece with the flush trim bit. Okay, one of the cool things about the 1/4 inch spiral is that it has such a good chip removal that you can use it as long as you use care without rough cutting, so that you can plunge directly into this piece. This is a little bit more of an advanced technique, so if you're new to it, maybe attach a router shield or something that will hold the material and keep your hand safely away from the bit. We've now created a duplicate flush trim copy of the original piece. Okay guys, I've got the rabbit bit set up in the router now, and it's set up at a 1/4 inch cutting height above the table, which is going to be exactly how high our original piece is after the duplicate. So we're going to ride the bearing along the top piece and be cutting the bottom piece. That's going to create a piece that is 1/4 inch undersized all the way around. now going to use the pry tool to remove those templates that are attached together. Remember to keep your original size template safe. Don't let it get cut up. Remove the template tape from your undersized piece. Now we're going to repeat the first process by adding tape to the reduced piece. The pry tool does a good job of seating the tape as well. Now we're going to attach the reduced piece to a third larger piece of material. From this point, you want to take the 1/4" drill bit that comes with the kit and drill a hole on edge, touching the edge of the reduced piece. Keep the drill as perpendicular as you can. Drill straight through. The outer edge. So you end up with a hole directly on the edge. Bring the 1/4 spiral back up, and you're going to actually push it through that first hole. Okay, we're at the point now where we're going to have another advanced technique. Basically, you got to remember that the router bit's rotation is counterclockwise, and you always want to be feeding material towards the cutter so that it's not doing what's called a climb cut. You want the rotation of the cutter to be feeding against this inside piece, which means you need to feed from right to left. You want to keep that pressure always going from right to left, because that'll keep the bearing in contact with this bottom piece. If you feed left to right, you begin to do a climb cut, and you run the risk of the piece getting thrown out of your hands and getting hurt, or at the least the bearing will not maintain pressure against the template, and it'll come off and ruin your outer piece. So just a heads up. With the previous part in mind, you now want to start the router, and this is kind of a one-handed, a little bit sketchy operation. You want to make sure that the bearing is pressed against your center template and that you're not moving from left to right. You want to hold this thing to where as soon as the bearing starts spinning, it's maintaining the pressure against the center template. Because as soon as you start, you're going to start cutting. Go back and review the video and notice when I finished the end of the cut, I began to keep my pressure of my left hand moving slightly over, which pushed the outer template away from the bit. The centerpiece won't kick back because the bearing still has a surface to ride on. But if the outer piece maintains or gets connection to the cutter, it can kick back. Okay guys, at this point you have your original shape that we duplicated and reduced. Then you have the template that you created with those earlier techniques. A little light scuff sandpaper just to remove any type of nibs or anything that might be sticking out on the surface. And then you can go ahead and press them together. And it's a very tight fit. From this point, you can make any two pieces come together. Thanks for looking.